Hey ho, when you see fountain pen news. You know, I think I'm really confusing to the YouTube algorithm because I'm so wildly inconsistent with when and how frequently I post videos. You know what? It's just going to have to be that way. It's the way I am. Love me the way I am, YouTube, or not at all, I guess. I was like, I feel like doing a video right now, but I don't really have anything to talk about. And then I started looking around and I was like, oh, actually, I kind of have a lot of things I could talk about. And I was going to wait because I have other things to talk about coming up. But then I thought, well, why not? I'm just going to do it right now. It will make me feel good. And I need to feel good because right now I'm in the middle of kind of an afternoon crash. I feel like I'm hungry. I really should take this time and go eat food, but I'm not going to. I'm going to talk to you because I love each and every one of you. So we're going to do a mishmash of a whole bunch of different things today, including some ink swatching that I'm really interested in. And I'm going to show off a new tool I found out about on accident and some cute things and what happens at Daiso stays at Daiso and my sweet friend and her kindness and some other things. So we'll see if I remember all those things and how to start out with Flex if you are Flex curious, let's say, but don't have a Flex nib fountain pen and don't want to outlay the cash for one and still want to try to learn kind of a calligraphy style of lettering. I had a talk with a friend about this today, and so I thought I'd share some info that helped me when I was starting out on that. And so here we go. Ready? Here we go. So the most important thing I have to talk about is my smiski zipper pull guy. His name is Todd. I'm not sure why. It just was the first name that popped into my head. It made me laugh. And he glows in the dark, which you guys know how I feel about glow in the dark. And this all came to be because this is a peg and all canvas pouch. Now, I am perfectly capable of sewing my own canvas pouch, but I don't often have the time to do that. And so what I really wanted was the canvas tote. But it was so expensive, I just couldn't justify it. But I could justify this little pouch. It has a gusset on the bottom, so I can hold lots of stuff. And I'll show you in a minute what's in here. But it has Todd on it now. He's a little zipper pull guy. You just pull on him and close. He stays right on there. It's really cute and cool. And some of this whole video will be themed. My friend Rob went to Japan. And he went to Japan, and I learned about this. And I was like, uh-oh, I'm going to need one of those. So I got one of those. But some other things. So this little pouch I have been carrying up and down the stairs with me with some stuff in it. Because as you know, the Lamy Sale is happening. I still have more. If you want Lamys, call me. You don't have my number. Get a hold of me on Instagram. It's down in the description if you want to ping me over there. And I have been trying to get them out, and it's really challenging because I work full time and I'm a mom and blah, blah, blah. And so I've been trying to get out a couple a day. And so I've been carrying this little pouch around with me that has some of the little things that I like, the little papers that I like to use to write a note to somebody and, yada, yada. So that's what's in here. But in another segment themed, my friend went to Japan. My friend Rob went to Japan and was so kind to mule for me this beautiful green Bible-sized plotter. And it's even prettier. This is the Horsetail one. So it has kind of a brushed finish on it. And I just thought it was so pretty. And it is so much prettier in person than even in pictures. And I was like, I don't know how to set this up. I don't know what I want for it. And so he picked up a couple things for me there. And I'm so thankful for him to do that. But I picked up here the pen loop card. And then I was like dithering about how to set it up. And I finally just was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to put some stuff down. And if I don't like it, I'll change it. And I just went with my heart. And so here's what's in here now. So I have this section for jots and scribbles. This is the dot grid paper. And I think I have some other paper behind here. Maybe not. Maybe it's all dot grid. Then I have House and Family, which has some to-do list papers and some other papers in there. And I have it in the little plotter project manager folder. And then I have Thoughts and Feelings, which I'm not going to show you because some crazy stuff goes on in there. And then I have Commonplace Ideas and Quotes. And so these both have different kinds of paper. They have ruled paper, they have dot paper, they have blank paper, so I can use them however I want. And this is a quote, a Nikola Tesla quote from that I heard on a podcast called the Telepathy Tapes, which is fascinating. And it is, the day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than all of the previous centuries of its existence. And it was so interesting to me that I wrote that down in my commonplace ideas and quotes with the little cat with the strawberry hat on. So yeah, this is my plotter. And then I also have the lifter card that has the band on it. So, and the little leather rings protector so it doesn't get into the thing. So basically I have all of the things, and I have this beautiful Lamy Scala that is a snap cap, which makes it exceptionally convenient. And it has a 14K. On my last video, I said 24K or something about a Lamy nib. No, 14K. This one's extra fine, which is unlike me. But in this situation, like when I'm trying to write in little tiny spaces for to-do lists and stuff, it's really pretty great. And I got this from my good stationery friend, Jenny. And we've been I've been building up credit with her to own this full time. And then in my mini plotter, which is a different color altogether and lives in my purse, it has a jade Lamy Scala in it, because not every pen will fit in the pen loop thing on the plotter. Just so you are aware of that, in case you're looking at buying a plotter. Don't think you're going to get like a Sailor Pro Gear in here. It's not going to happen. So think of a slim profile pen like the Lamy Scala. But look how cute they are together. My little peg and all pouch and my little green plotter with the plum pen. I think they're so cute. So those things happened. I'll show you what's in the Todd bag here real quick. Okay, make sure there's nothing in here that you can't see. You shouldn't see. All right, so here it is. This is how much stuff it holds. It's kind of a lot, right? Like, it has several large pads of paper in there. It has a Opus 88 with a Stylus Suite extra fine X-Wing harpoon. It has a Shown design. It has, let's see, a Papa J Woodworks Pink Pony Club. You know you're jealous about this. Look at that finial. Holy, oh man, so good. Don't tell him he's good though, because then he's going to get a big head about it. I'm just kidding. I have this, is a Fire Opal, Jonathan Brooks Fire Opal, and the pen is made by Bone Crusher 7 Studios. It's the Velma model, and this I think is one of the most comfortable maker pens there is out there. The threads are so smooth, you can't even feel them. The girth of the section is wonderful. It has a Colorado Pen Show nib that Kirk Spear engraved, and then I had Matthew Chen grind it because I'm snarky like that. And it has in it Pen Addict Fire on Fire on Fire, which is basically this exact color but in an ink, this sparkly orange but in an ink. So that's in there. This new exciting thing that we're going to talk about in a minute. This is a Sailor Hocoro. Do you know about the Sailor Hocoro? Usually it comes with a little nib, and sometimes the nib has a reservoir and sometimes it doesn't. But now they have a little brush tip for the Hocoro. Look at that. So we're going to play with that a little bit today. I'm excited. I haven't even tried it out. I waited for you guys. I have a little notebook, a little tiny notebook that I just got from the Paper Mind, which we're going to talk about in a minute too, because I have a piece of paper I want to try. This video is going to be super long. When I was like, I don't have anything to talk about. And then you're going to be like, then why is this video like 1 hour long? Well, you know, it happens. Okay, I got to come over here so that I can actually show you what's in here. So also, this glorious piece of magnificence. This is the Violet Pelikan M600 with a broad nib, and it was called From the Universe into My Hands. That's all. If you want to know more, you can ask me about it, but that's really what happened. And I love it. It's wonderful. So excited to have it. And I already showed you that little notebook, and here's these little notebooks, and then I'll show you this. Oh, and also what's in here is a Pelikan M200 that actually has a gold broad nib on it right now, being saved for another pen to be coming soon. Okay, and then I have these other two little notebooks. Okay, here we go. So we have some little sticky notes with these cute little cats. This is Mofusand the cat, my favorite. I don't like cats particularly. In fact, I'm quite allergic to cats. But for some reason, this little dressed up cat makes me laugh and laugh. And so these are going around with me. And these are some Hello Kitty kind of ones. Sticky notes. And then here's some more sticky notes of bears. And then here's some little clips that I got that are like woodland clips. squirrels and porcupines and flying squirrels, and I think that's supposed to be a fox. It's kind of a weird looking fox, but they're super cute little metal clips. And then I got this mini letter set of the Mofusand cats with dim sums on their head. And then this is another Mofusand item. This is just a little notepad with the little cats dressed up. And this is another Mofusand item. This one is my favorite one. This is the cat dressed up as a shark. And I love it so much. So those are all the things that are in the Todd Pagan All That pouch right now. And the cool thing is I can change what's in there anytime I want. Right? Right. And so stuff all that stuff back in there, except for the Hocoro, because we're going to keep that out. I'm going to very carefully pick all these back up and gently, lovingly put them back in and zip Todd up. Ooh, yay! So, very fun. My daughter knows all about these smiski things. If you guys don't know about smiskis, I'll try to put a link down here so you can see. I mean, apparently they're all the rage. I had no idea because I'm like out of the loop, I guess. But they're really quite cute and they glow in the dark, so they are for me. Okay, here's some other cute things that I actually need to put into my Todd pouch. Some more Mofusand sticky notes. Here's ones with cat and rabbit. And then something I got from Endless, which is so funny to me, of this Chihuahua whose name is Naptime, which I think is maybe the best name for a dog that I've heard in a long time. So those are some stickers from EndlessPens of Naptime. So those are some other things that probably should live in the Todd bag that I need to put in there. But they will have to go in another time because it's kind of full in the Todd bag at the moment. I want to talk about, let's see, what do I want to talk about next? I'm going to set these down somewhere. I'm not going to lose them. Oh, wait, let me show you these two. Here's some more Mofusand. These are giant clear stickers of Mofusand as eating dim sum or as dim sum. Those make me laugh too. And I think I've showed you all this other stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to set that stuff right there. We're going to leave the Hocoro right here though, because we are going to swatch a couple inks because I got a couple new ones. You know, 'tis the season. It's back to school time. And no matter how old I get, back to school time is like school supply time. It's time for me to get some new pens and some new notebooks and all the new things along with everybody else. And so I did that. I got those things. And what are we going to talk about next? Let's talk about a frustrating thing about life for me. And I know other people who are like this. For me, I think a lot of it is ADHD, but I have bought this same item more than one time. This is a 10-inch stainless steel keyring, and I use these to put washi tapes on so that I have little rings of washi tapes, and then I can connect the rings if I want. I can have them by theme. I can separate them out, and I've given a bunch of them out, and I have bought these things 2 times. And they come in like a pack of 100 or something. And I could not find them today. It drove me insane. I finally found some of them because I wanted to include some of them in with the Lamy packages. And so that was an annoying thing about me. I have these. Do you guys have these? These are like little cards that I got off of Amazon that I use to send washi samples. Those are kind of fun. I have in here, this is like my little kit for sending out Happy Mail. Happy Mail. My little card, and my stickers are in here, and these little guys, those little stickers are in there, and my other stickers are in here. You can't see them, but they are in there. Yeah, you can see one of them, one of the little guys. They're in there. I found those today. I didn't know where those were either, but I found them. On the hunt for the key rings, I found those. So this is my little kit for sending out Happy Mail. And so I thought I'd show you that because that's fun. Happy Mail is always fun. I love Happy Mail. Let's talk about what happens at Daiso stays at Daiso. Speaking of Happy Mail. So we just recently got a Daiso near us. And you may not know what Daiso is. It's kind of, people have described it to me as a Japanese dollar store. But it's more like the Japanese $2.25 store now because, you know, I think they're kind of preemptively raising prices for tariffs or whatever. I'm not sure. But the prices went up from the time they opened till now. The prices went up. So, you know, whatever. So I'm just going to show you some of the funny stuff that I got at Daiso to send out as Happy Mail, because I really like going in there. They have a great stationery section. They have really good fountain pen friendly papers, and they have hilarious things like this notebook, which says on it, "White Dog, I love lemons." And it's funny. And this paper is surprisingly fountain pen friendly. Has a tiny little grid on it. They also have ones that say, "White Rabbit, I love carrots." And I don't know why those make me laugh so much, but they do. And so I got those to send out as Happy Mail prizes. And then I told my daughter, I was like, you have a strict $20 budget, because she wanted to get stuff for her locker. And then I totally spent more than $20 on my own stuff. So whoopsie. Here's a write it down memo pad that looks like this on the back, which I think is super fun. There's 2 of them in there. Those. Here's another one that says, "Where do you think you're going?" Which I love. Man, that's funny. So those are those. They also have beautiful little letter sets, mini letter sets like this, 3 cards and letters of beautiful, beautiful flowers. So those are fun. And this is one of my favorite things about Daiso, is that they have weird sizes. I mean, I'm sure they're not weird other places, but in America, this is a weird size of zip top bag. And they have them in different characters. So here's Cinnamoroll sleeping. And it says, "We can sleep well tonight," which, as you all know, I need to sleep well, because I don't typically. Here are some Hello Kitty little tiny ones. These are A8 ones. These are great for like little pill pouches, or putting, say, an ink sample into it if you wanted to put it in the mail. Just saying, those are great zip top bag size. Here is an A9 size. This is an even smaller size. Baymax, Disney. Awesome. Love it. And then yesterday I found this adorable little stamp. I think it's like Lily of the Valley. And I thought I would stamp it and see how good this stamp is at Daiso. So we're going to do that. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to have my stamp pad right here from the other day. And you may think that when I finish a video, I clean up all the stuff from the video and am a good functioning adult. And I don't. I clean it up right before I'm about to film another video. And so sometimes there's overlap. But anyway, okay, let's stamp it. What am I going to stamp it on? I'm going to stamp it on some Daiso paper. I'm going to stamp it in one of these little books. This little white dog book. That's what I'm going to stamp it in. Whoa, I just almost dropped all that. That was cool. All right, so I was going to send one of these as a Happy Mail, and so they might be like, "Why is there a stamp of flowers in mine?" Maybe if they watch my videos, they'll know. So here it is. We're going to see how good the stamps are at Daiso. I don't want to like dig it in there too much and get like the edges or anything, but okay. I don't even honestly know what color this stamp pad is, but aww, that's so sweet. Look at it. It's probably crooked. I don't care. That's really sweet. It's actually a really crisp, nice image. And now let's look at the paper. Look, it barely bleeds through. And this is Japanese dollar store paper. So that's what happened at Daiso yesterday. My daughter's now in 6th grade, and so she needed some stuff for her locker. It was very important. I remember getting a locker for the first time, and so we went to Daiso and got her some stuff for her locker. It was good stuff. Good times. Let's see. I got some inks in the mail, and I wanted to try them out. And I'm trying to decide if I should do that first or if I should talk about flexing first. Let me talk about flexing first, because I've had a lot of questions about this lately, and people saying, "I can't do that. I can't write like that." It is not true. Here's what I will say, though. I wish that I could give you the magic bullet. Like if there was a secret combination that I could give you to tell you how to write, in calligraphy or flex or whatever, I would give it to you, because I'm not a gatekeeper. I tell everybody everything. But I did this little test page for my friend who was talking about flex, and I was showing her some of my Stylus Suite nibs. So this one's EF up here. This one's fine italic. This one's medium cursive smooth italic. This one's broad italic. And so you can kind of see how different all those are. And she said, "I wish I could write like that." And so I wanted to share that the way I learned to do kind of flex writing or hand lettering or whatever you want to call it, I started out with flexible felt tip markers. And I did a free class, even through the Happy Ever Crafter called Show Me Your Drills. And basically, here's the secret, everybody. You have to practice. I'm so sorry. I wish it were like a really cool, like, it's just all you have to do is, but the key is you have to practice. So here is what I did. So I used this small Tombow Fudenosuke marker. I'll try to put a link down below if I can find one. I used I can't remember which one's the hard one and which one's the soft one. My Japanese is not so good. And I can't remember now which color indicates which. Let's try it out and see. I'll tell you if this one's the hard one or the soft one. This is just an extra one I had sitting around in the house. So basically, Show Me Your Drills is a free course that the Happy Ever Crafter, Becca, offers. And you kind of follow, it's self-paced, and you go through and you get these little worksheets, and she teaches you how to do things like light upstrokes. And so you practice doing light upstrokes like this until you think you're going to kill yourself because of light upstrokes. And then you get to do other things like heavy downstrokes and light upstrokes. Heavy downstrokes and light upstrokes. And so that's how I got started, was practicing and practicing and practicing, along with the Show Me Your Drills workshop through the Happy Ever Crafter. So I will link her down below. She doesn't know me. I don't know her, but I had great success learning through her. And so that's how I started. And if you're afraid to start with a fountain pen, you don't want to invest the money for a flex fountain pen, any number of those, these are about $5, or they used to be anyway. I don't know how much they'd be now. And you could start today on your flex journey, because I transferred the muscle memory from learning this way to do flex fountain pens. And with that, I will show you, if I can figure out what I did with it, the legendary Regalia Craft Flex nib. Although I may have put too wet an ink in here and it might need to be wiped off. Boom. Okay, yeah. So I had kind of a drier ink in here and I was having trouble with it. And then I put in Yamabudo and there is no problem anymore. So basically light upstroke, heavy downstroke. So this is from Regalia Writing Labs. And again, I go really fast because I'm like rough and ready. But another real trick is to slow way down, like way slower than you even think. And like I would do like this if you're starting out, and then everything would be separate. So I made the C, and now I'm going to go up and make this stroke of the R, and then this stroke of the R, and then this stroke of the A, and then this stroke of the A. Do you see what I'm saying? So like slow way down, but I've gotten used to my own kind of messy style. And so I go a lot faster than you should when you're starting out. See, look, I wrote crafter. I was going to write crossflex. Distractoid. Sorry, crossflex. This nib is pretty great, I have to say. I need to do a flexploration on it. It's a word I made up, but I still can't say it. So I need to do that. So watch for that on my channel soon. But it really has a nice, smooth flex. And I have this eyedroppered in a Franklin Christoph Model 2 with Pilot Iroshizuku Yamabudo. And it's working great. You can see kind of how it's cut. All of the flex nib makers kind of cut theirs a little differently. And I need to do another video of just like a whole bunch, like a rapid fire of flex makers. Some of my flex nibs are done by makers who don't make flex nibs anymore, like Kirk Spear. So I try to balance things that you can get now versus things that are still amazing. But you would only be able to find secondhand at this stage. So anyway, that's my advice about starting out in flex. I have thought about and kind of been kicking around the idea of teaching a class at a pen show or two about starting out with flex, where someone could bring their own flex fountain pen if they had one, or we could provide this little Fudenosuke marker for them to try to do some of these drills and kind of get the feel for that muscle memory of thin upstrokes and thick downstrokes. So let me know in the comments if you think that would be something interesting to do at a pen show, because I would have thought that was interesting when I was getting ready to learn. I could have really used somebody watching what I was doing and making suggestions and helping out live. Although Becca's classes are amazing, they are, self-paced. So it's just a thought. I don't know. Maybe one of these days. Tomorrow I'm supposed to get the Walmart Tomoe River notebooks. But in the meantime, I thought I'd show a really actually excellent notebook. This is by The Paper Mind. This one is Cosmo Air Light Twin Ring Notebook, which I think is pretty awesome. And I thought I would just show you this, and we can test out a piece of paper on it, because I have really not used Cosmo Air Light. I know there are people who absolutely love it and people who kind of don't love it. So, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Ready? Oh, tape. Sorry about that. It was terrible. And so I wanted to try it out, and there was some at the Paper Mind, and so I thought I'd get some and just see what I think of it. It has a soft cover, 120 pages, twin ring binding. It's dot grid, and it's perforated so you can take out pages, which is awesome. So awesome. So I'll show you on with this. Depends on how fast I can find one. Kirkspear Flex Nib. How about that? Kirkspear, Secretary to Flex of Deflex. And I'll tell you what I think about this paper. Oh, don't railroad on me, bro. It's been sitting in that bag with its nib up for a long time. I could make this a little bit easier on myself and post this pen. This is a Franklin-Christoph Pocket 20 in Salmon Glow, the best resin that Franklin-Christoph has ever used, in my opinion. That was a little tough writing with it without it posted. Yeah, this nib is called Secretary of Deflex. So this is also an excellent flex nib. I love this one. This is a prized possession of mine, seeing as he doesn't make them anymore. And this isn't one that I generally pass around the table at pen meets. This is one that you have to kind of have some history with me before I let you borrow one of these, because things could go terribly wrong and I would be devastated. So now let me comment on the paper, and I'm going to use another pen to comment on the paper. So I don't know if you can hear. There's some feedback there. The paper feels almost soft. Like, I almost used the word spongy, and then that sounded gross to my ear, and so I didn't say it, but that's kind of how it feels. It feels kind of, it's not crisp like some of the other papers. It feels like if you've tried Aeroful, it feels a little bit like that. It's a little bit spongy. I mean, I'm sorry to be the one to say spongy, but spongy. Let me find another pen. I only have 5,000 pens sitting here by me. Let's see what else I can find. Let's try this. Another Franklin-Christoph. I don't know if this has ink in it. I think it does. Hello. This is a problem. This is when you're me or someone who has too many pens inked, which I know I'm not alone, but some of you are so good with your like, I inked up 10 pens this month, and I'm like, well, you're so good. I inked up a lot more than that. This is, there we go. Okay, that's a double broad. It actually dries pretty quickly, I'm surprised. I thought it would take a little bit longer, similar to Tomoe River. This is a White Bear Pens. I love this pen so much. I love it. And I don't remember what ink is in here. It has on a 14K nib on it that has the little polar bear on it. You have to see it. Look at that. So adorable. This is another one I may have to prime a little bit because I haven't used it in a minute. I'm just going to do that real quick. Oh no, this might be a have to dip it situation or something. We'll try. We'll try. Oh, wah, boo, hibba. Okay, that didn't work. Let's find something else that has a thinner nib on it. Let's look through my little bag. What's this? Oh no, I don't want to use that. Okay, here we go. This is a platinum soft fine. Oh no, come on, seriously. Look, out of ink. I don't know what's inked and what isn't, y'all. That's the problem. That is the problem here. Like, I can pretty reliably say that all of my flex nibs are inked, but some of these other ones I just don't know. Oh, that's going to take a reach. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what this one is. This one's eyedroppered, so there's a better chance that this one will work. This is another White Bear Pens. So pretty. And I think it's so pretty with that ink in there. You can see sloshing around. So pretty. And it has like some vintage nib on it. Some vintage nib that actually is supposed to be a little bit flexy. And it is. But I can feel that finer nib kind of going into the paper a little bit. It's not as spongy as some papers I've tried, but it's really nice. I can see why people really like it. It shows the ink qualities really well. You can kind of see this one here is Diamine Bougainvillea, and you can see the green sheen on that maybe. I can see it in here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. But yeah, so Paper Mind. I'll link it down below as well. And Blake might be okay with me listing a discount code for you. He gives one on his channel. Here's a tip. He gives one on his channel. Blake's Broadcasts. Go look at his channel if you want a discount at the Paper Mind. There you go. That's my hot tip of the day. But I ordered some stuff from the Paper Mind. And that was the first thing that I tried. And I'm excited about it. I like it. I got some paper secondhand. Here is a Nanami notebook that is blank. I usually get these lined, but I could not pass up the price on this for Tomoe River paper. I don't know what vintage of Tomoe River paper this is. I can't tell. Number 7, number 9, Tamagotchi, Tomoe River. It's not Sanzen. That's what I know. But I like it. So I'm excited to figure out what I'm going to do with that amongst my many other notebooks. Let's see. What else? Oh, here we go. Here's a couple things I got. Here's a sneak peek. I accidentally ordered the Cheshire Cat wasted paper Magna Carta. So I got some Cheshire Cat ink cards. So that's going to be coming up. Get excited about that. I thought this was really cute. This is a Kakimori B6 planner. It's undated, 12-month. And I just thought that might be nice to gift or use or something. And then I also got this Wearingeul Day Planner. Have you guys ever tried one of these? I've never tried one. And I'm curious about it, but I'm not going to open it up and try it right now. So if you've tried either of those, let me know. Those, I don't remember where I got those. Vanness. Here's where I get stuff. Vanness, Atlas, Endless, and people muling stuff to me from Japan. That's basically where I get stuff. So, or I get things secondhand. So anyway, next, we're going to go back to my onion skin notebook, and I was going to show you. So this is when we left off last time, everyone. We were doing this set of inks, and then I wanted to show you how I do this. So I can't really get good ink color or quality on the back of this page, and so I usually open to the next page, and so then I'll do a spread here, just like that. And so what we have to play with today, we have our Hocoro dip nib. It comes kind of stiff, and I'm not sure how much of that stiffness I want to break. But so there's that, and I have my little cocktail stirrer, and I need to make sure I have a paper towel. Here, this paper towel is gnarly. Let's find a different one. Okay, here we go. This one's not that bad. And then I have 4 inks that I just recently got, and I have this group of friends that I was so graciously let into. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but they're wonderful pen besties, and I love them. But we keep joking about certain types of entertainer names, and I just would like to call your attention to the names of a lot of the Diamine Shimmertastic inks. This is one I don't own called Pink Champagne, and I thought it would be fun to try. And then I was so attracted by these cool bottles, these weird kind of cubist. Is this cubist? I just said that, and that might not be what they actually are. Anyway, cool bottles. These are Leonardo inks. This is a new 40 ml bottle. So I got orange, and I got turquoise, and I got Viola Profondo, purple ink. And there's no space between purple and ink, which is also awesome. So I think what I will use is this little thing because I like it. Happy Little Clouds. Everybody liked Happy Little Clouds, so we're doing some more Happy Little Clouds, everybody. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to start with the non-shimmery ones first. We're going to start with Viola Profundo. Let's see what else is going on. I am 2 weeks out from having surgery, not even 2 weeks. I'm not looking forward to it. It's going to totally suck. The worst part of it being the 10-day liquid diet prior. It's going to be real hard. Look, I'm going to make little abstract shapes to kind of go with the little abstract bottles. That's a pretty purple, y'all. That is pretty, I have to say. I like that a lot. Now we're going to see, the next thing we're going to find out is how badly the Hocoro brush pen stains. So I'm just going to get the little tip of that wet, and I'm going to write Leonardo. Oh, I need more ink on there. Certainly. Okay, the first thing you need to know about this brush nib is that it's very dry. I'm going to actually put it in water first and then dip it in the ink and see. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, it's Viola Profundo. It's a very soft tip. Makes a nice little sound. Okay, now we're going to put it in the water and see if it will actually rinse off for the next color, or if you're just like stuck with a purple brush pen forever. This is okay, rinse. That was 2 times. This is 3 times. These inks definitely have an aroma. It's not a scented ink. It's just an ink smell. Do you know what I mean? Like, inks sometimes smell, and this one has a smell. So those of you who are particularly sensitive to smell, the Leonardo inks may not be for you. I'll be interested to see if they all smell the same, or if it's just this one that smells like this. Okay, so I've rinsed it now a few times, and I'm wiping it off on my paper towel. And I'm going to show you that the clear bristles are still tinged kind of purple, but not bad. Like, I wouldn't feel bad about sticking that in another color. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, in my opinion. But, you know, some people are much more fastidious about this stuff than I am. I'm kind of like, it's fine. Get it done. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to do orange. Arancio Caldo. Orange ink. Okay, here we go. Oh, look, I got a drop of water on there. I want that. Bloop. Okay, here we go. Let's see if the smell is the same. Oh, yeah, it's pretty much the same. So this must just be the smell of whatever they're putting in their inks is this smell. So, in case you were wondering, the Leonardo inks do have an aroma. Okay, here we go. Here's my little stir stick. And this one is going to be slightly different, little kind of. This is a bright orange, my goodness. It's pretty. We're kind of like listen to this. We're kind of like winding down in summer. Daughter's back to school, blah, blah, blah. Winding down, winding down. My tomato farm, I know you guys all care so much about my tomato farm, is starting to like pop off. Oh, I didn't write the thing. Whoops. It's going crazy. And so I've been eating the tomatoes. I'm the only one who eats the tomatoes. And I found out I can't eat the tomatoes after my surgery for 6 weeks. Guess what? The tomatoes are going to be gone by the time 6 weeks passes after my surgery. Oh, this is devastating. Oh, okay. Leonardo. What does it say? Arancio caldo. Yeah, this little brush is kind of fun. I like it. It was not a huge investment. Here's another thing about this brush, everybody. You're going to think that you have to buy the whole thing and the brush. You don't. It fits in the normal Hocoro. This is just from I pulled out one of my other Hocoro nibs and stuck this one in there. So my tip for today, the more you know, you can just buy the $3 brush and you don't have to buy the whole thing if you already own a Hocoro. You're welcome. I hope that was helpful. Okay, and now we're going to try turquoise. If I can get this one rinsed off. I left it in the water there for a minute, which is a little scary to do sometimes with Hocoro because it'll take water up into the whole barrel and then you're like stuck with a lot of water in there. Yeah, it's a lot of water. Whoa. I'm glad you didn't just see that. That was embarrassing. Okay, so I'm just wiping it off. It did work better to stick it in there and leave it in there. You can see now that the purple still shows through. There you go. You can see now that the purple still shows through more than the orange on those clear bristles. So that's that. And now we're going to do turquoise. My friend Jenny came over yesterday, my pen friend, my local pen friend, and she is so wonderful. She brought me some vintage onion skin, which you never have enough vintage onion skin. And she brought my daughter some purple cards because she knows that she loves purple. It's so sweet and wonderful. And I just feel, you know how like sometimes you just have friends who just make you feel recharged. And that's how I feel after I spend time with Jenny. She's awesome. She's a good friend. And I'm lucky to have her in my neck of the woods. And okay, here we go. So I'm going to do something different. Just because this is a very different color than those other ones. I need some more. My idea is not coming to fruition without more ink. This was not really a fully formed idea. I just am slinging stuff around. I'm not, there are really no ideas before I actually do anything. This is a pretty turquoise, y'all. Let's see if it smells. Oh yeah, it smells the same as the other ones. Yep, it's just kind of a chemical-y smell. It's not a terrible smell. It's not like it needs to off-gas or anything. It's just a smell, you know. So if you are sensitive to smells, be careful about it. That's all I'm saying. Where's my box? There it is. I like it. Did I spell turquoise correctly? I did. Nice. Okay, I'm going to stick it back in the water. That's the way to do it. Stick it in the water for just a couple minutes. Not so long that it sucks up water into the barrel, but long enough that it gets to rinse off a little bit. Rinse off a little bit. Okay, so there's that. And then the last thing we're going to do, I think this is the last thing we're doing. Yes, it's going to have to be the last thing we're doing because I got to do stuff. Is pink champagne. I didn't want to do anything with shimmer before everything else. So this is what we've been waiting for, everybody. Pink champagne. Welcome to the stage. Pink champagne. Look how bright it is. It's like super bright pink. I love super bright pink stuff. Looks like candy. Okay, so I think I have it. That was me trying to dry off this stick. Ah, funny. Okay. I don't know when this video is going to get posted because I have to like go back and watch it and do the timestamps and all of this. I've put my hand there, and so my dirty hand oils have besmirched that page, but that's okay. Now we're going to find out what happens with the brush tip and shimmer ink. Oh, look, this is very blue still, and I need a new paper towel then, because this one I have looks like it's been tie-dyed. But look, just taking it out of the water, how blue it is. It's very blue. Okay, please hold. I'm going to find a paper towel. I'm not even going to pause the video. I'm just going to reach down here and grab this one and try to get this blue off of here before I go digging into the pink champagne shimmer ink. And now, by now, the shimmer ink is going to be all, the shimmer is going to be all redistributed anyway. And I'm not going to put the cap back on and redo it. I'm sorry, I'm not. Okay, so I've gotten most of the turquoise off. You can still kind of see a hint of the purple. Let me put it back in the holder. You can see the blue for sure. And then let's see what happens with pink champagne. You know, I'm pretty impressed. It's like, it didn't make it like brown. Although I did bloop some water on there. Stick that in the water now. I also don't know if I spelled champagne right. Let's look. Yeah, look at me. Spelling a couple things correctly today. It's a good day for me. Anyway, that was a real long video of no ideas. I had no ideas about what to talk about, and this is what came out. So, thanks for watching. Check out the description down below for affiliate codes, and right now at Atlas, they're having their sidewalk sale, and the affiliate codes are 15% off for you until the 15th. So check that out and talk to me in the comments. Tell me what you think about all this stuff, and I hope you have a terrific day. Stay cool out there. Pen news. Boop, 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 boop.